Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Hello everybody, my name is Snoopy Dog 900. Oh! And today I'm gonna play Serena. Now, I have seen this game on Steam before, and the reviews were kind of very positive.
The photo's right there. Maybe I could have another look.
Okay, dude, hold on. And basically, if I recall right, the whole game is you're this guy waiting for his wife, Serena, and you looking at memories, waiting for her. It's supposed to be a point and click, a game. So I'll probably see what happens.
Serena? Why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember?
Okay, so that's Serena. I'll have to cut that out.
Sometimes, the furniture, sometimes she would brush her leg against mine. Serena? This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves. The guy who snapped this, our
Okay,
host
it's just the
that
same
night,
thing.
Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points.
You always put too much salt in, dear. Think about your pressure.
She always worried about my diet. I used to think she did it to annoy me, but now... The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come.
Okay.
Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So let's walk over here. What's this? Come, love, with peace in your heart, said.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niamh with the ice blue eyes. Blue eyes. It's based on an Irish folktale. Warrior poet Oisin goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niamh is of the Fae folk, the fair ones, fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Could be because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. I've always been drawn. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country.
So are we, what kind of cabin are we in? Are we just...
This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right?
Whoa, if I right click, I can just do this. Okay. Wow. That makes it much easier to look around. Okay.
I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly.
What kind of picture is this?
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. I better stay in case Serena comes back.
Okay.
She made this with her own hands. She was really good.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet. See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
No trap door under there, just more creaky floor. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
No trap door under there,
Okay, so
more creaky floor.
what's in the closet? Any dead bodies in here?
Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me.
Oh, come on. What's in here?
She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us.
Oh, really?
For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it. Our refuge from the world. But sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her...
The furniture is not bad. It kind of does matches it. Old. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know. I'm getting a weird
2
feeling.
days, 3 days tops, and bam, a brand new light bulb would burn out. She used to keep magazines, paperback novels, usual stuff on these nightstands when we were staying here.
Good night, love.
Good night, honey.
Whenever her lamp didn't work, Serena would come by my side to read. A few moments later, she would lay her head down on my chest and fall asleep. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though.
Oh, yeah. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here. As long as we were together and happy. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. The clock has always been rather autonomous.
So it's the same.
We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand. But they're not here now. There are no monsters under the bed. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. There are no monsters.
Go outside, man.
I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw.
Uh-oh.
Sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
What's in the drawers? Nothing.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream.
Oh, I can't look at that. Okay.
Pretty shambolic, isn't it? The organization of its contents isn't much better. It'd be a shame to say we're fashionistas. There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering. What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor some of her other personal items.
Uh-oh.
It's just a regular comb bought from a supermarket, new enough to still have all its teeth. She also had a brush, but not hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors, so this came in handy. Should I dust for fingerprints? I might if I were in a detective story. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. The last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look awful. There's dust on this, too. It's everywhere. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume.
Wait, there's dust everywhere?
They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meals. Not a big fan of them. They do tend to alleviate my headaches, though. Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. Comme une évidence. Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already. It smells so elegant. There's violet leaf and silk tree blossom, I think. This perfume is perfect for Serena. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this.
Uh-oh.
I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good and bad.
Keys.
These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one. We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway.
Is that supposed to be me? Waiting for... I don't know. Weird. Can't look in the mirror. Alright, we already looked there. Oh, there's a chest.
Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else? We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
I like going to flea markets. They're nice.
I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece.
Uh-oh.
My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
Wait, that picture was fuzzy earlier.
The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. My love, we don't have a lot of photos. The guy who snapped this, my love.
Okay, he's not saying anything different. What happened?
Come sit with me. I want to talk. There's something I have to tell you.
Uh-oh.
I have been trying, and believe me, I've been trying so hard.
I almost had it. What was she trying to tell me? The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed. Someone said, work and love are the only things that ever really happen to us. Was it pride? Did I let my work destroy my love? Writing was so all-consuming for me, and I made so little headway all this time.
Oh, I don't like that music playing. They don't sound too good.
Without any activity, the corner feels cold. I didn't cook much for her. I was so worried about my stuff. It all seems so meaningless now, drained of everything that made it worth reading in the first place. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still a lot of rarities and
Okay, I'm getting freaked out. What is that?
Could you take this out and beat it, love? It's getting a bit dusty.
It's one of the few decorative things here. We weren't much of homemakers, either of us. I remember us washing it properly in the lake many summers ago.
Now it's changing.
Once. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up. I know it's my general state of mind, but I feel even more depressed near this armoire. Guess I can't shake off the memory of my sweet Serena trying on her various garments.
Be honest. Does this dress show too much cleavage? I want only one pair of eyes on me.
How I miss her naked back when she was standing by this armoire. The perfect curve of her neck. Her firm bottom. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway. Is it possible there were times I was dismissive of her beliefs without even realizing it? I don't think so, but memory can be so deceptive. It's just a book. What good will reading a fairy tale do me?
Hey, that's the Holy Bible, man.
God has never been there for me when I needed comfort. Why would he want to go out of his mysterious ways to help me now? All of these
Uh-oh, now it's
pathetic
starting to get dark.
souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. I'll torture myself trying to remember. Too upset to even think straight. I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. I couldn't care less about a stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly, menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. I'll torture myself trying to remember.
Oh, so they must have got into a fight.
The stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful?
Is it me or is the room getting a little darker?
I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anymore. Too upset to even think straight. Oh, the real color faded from it long ago. It must be full of dust mites. I should burn it. I told her the rug was fine work, like I know anything about handicrafts. But it's what the Empress wanted to hear, wasn't it? I hate her so much. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. I couldn't care less about the damn thing now. Maybe I should have a look at the contact pages. Her and her damn spice. Wow. Serena thought she was so special. Always trying to make our sex life edgy and exciting. Now I can see she was just afraid of admitting how bland and boring she really was. Sunlight. Birdsong. Nothing feels worse when there's no hope. No chance of anything. How could I have been so blind? Her vanity. Always fixing her hair before bed. Doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine? I torture myself trying to... I can't even bear to look at my face. She's really done a number on me. She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. It was a sore point for me. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it. I tried to flush these a long time ago, but someone noticed, as if she cared about my impotent life. High blood pressure? What a load of bull. I've never felt better in my life.
I'm sick and tired of having to pamper you like a baby. Fine, I hope you have a great, lonely time at the hospital.
Too upset to even think straight.
Oh, I'm not liking this.
She once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else, just for a while. But I can't even remember what we argued about. Unless she was the one who left. I hate her so much.
Hey man, hate's a strong word. Can we go into chess now? Oh, we can. What's in here?
Her jewelry box. What is it doing here?
I know we can get our jewelry.
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, it used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation. Because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy, when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote, when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life, and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. Us.
Is this where she kept her secrets? I should take a look inside. Where to put it?
I sit here. I know.
Oh, it's the same letter.
It's just a bunch of schmaltzy a shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of value. Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right. Her father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Manannán. What was it? Maclur? Scholars say Niamh's divine father, Manannán, was of an elder race even more ancient than the Tuatha Danann. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship. They're all lies. She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Well, I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Truth is, I could have used this spice to get some of her abominations down my throat.
Yes, go ahead and empty the whole salt shaker on your meal. I hope you choke.
Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no.
I'm afraid so.
It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. Why torture myself trying to remember? I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? I'm too upset to even think straight.
What the?
My God. What is this? It can't. It isn't.
Is it me?
How did it happen? I can't remember. It's already rotten beyond recognition. But it's dry and withered. A body takes at least weeks to... How long has it been? I can't even remember how I did it. Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, it couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene. Oh shit! You forgot your... Fuck! It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
Oh gosh.
Not like this. Please. No.
And that is Serena. Okay, couple things. Wow. And I think I got it. She must have murdered him because she was so raged, and he might have had a heart attack or a stroke, and she kept the body there, or one of those. I don't know. Oh gosh, that was a lot to take in. So if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you want to see some more videos or any suggestions, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!